morning, guys. Welcome to today's workout. Today's workout is another high intensity interval workout with some strength and some cardio. I like to call this one build a combo. The way that the workout looks is we're going to have 4 different circuits, if you will. Each circuit is going to have 3 exercises. Exercise 1 we'll perform for 35 seconds, then we'll have 10 seconds rest. Exercise 2 for 35 seconds, followed by 10 seconds rest. Then we're going to do exercise 3, which is a combination of exercise 1 and exercise 2 for 60 seconds. We'll have 15 seconds to rest, and then we'll repeat that 2 more times for each circuit, and we'll do a total of 4 circuits. So including the warm-up and the cool-down, we'll be working for about 45 minutes. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to grab my timer and we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. So for today's warm-up, we're going to do 5 exercises, 60 seconds each exercise. And we are going to get started with good old-fashioned jumping jacks. So let's go ahead and start. So option, if you're not jumping, you can step out your jacks. Just make sure it's fast to get your heart rate up. Otherwise, come with me and we will do traditional jumping jacks. So for 60 seconds, pull your belly button back. Let's see if we can make those arm and leg movements a little bit bigger. Last 15 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, for our next movement, we're going to do a walkout burpee. So come to the back of your mat, come down into a squat, walk out into a plank, step your left foot up, step your right foot up, press through your heels, stand, hinge at your hips, squat down, put your hands on the mat, walk yourself back to that squat, and then step it out again. So today's workout is going to include several different plank and ultimately burpee-based moves. So let's get these muscles nice and warm. Be sure to squeeze your butt at the top. Hinge from the hips as you come back. Walk yourself back into that crouch. Hold the squat for just a moment and then step it back up. All right, next move. We're going to come into another squat variation. Hinge at the hips. Stick your butt way back. Bring your elbow to the insides of your knees. Press elbows to knees, knees to elbows. Extend your fingertips overhead like chair pose. And then come up to standing. Again, hinge from the hips, knees to elbows, elbows to knees, open up your hips, extend your arms, engage your core, and press up to stand. Make sure you stick your butt way back as you come down, and then give a good press into the knees and elbows, extend the arms, come up. Keep a nice flat back, chest lifts. Okay, next move, step your feet nice and wide. We're gonna go into some Cossack squats or lateral lunges. So shifting the weight side to side, option to keep your hands at your chest or to extend your arms out or even to take opposite hand to opposite foot. So all 10 of my toes are facing forward. My weight is back in my heels and I'm shifting side to side as I press through my heels, and then reaching that opposite arm back. Just kind of works into those obliques along our side body just a bit more. All right, we're here for 20 more seconds. This is our 4th of 5 moves in our warm-up. So make sure that if you're looking at the camera or your screen, you can see me, not the ground. So like if we were standing across the room from one another, your gaze would be up at me and not at the ground. Okay, we're gonna do some knee hug-ins and monster kicks. So hug one knee in, hug the other knee in, monster kick with the first foot, monster kick with the second foot. Then knee in, monster kick, opposite hand to opposite foot, stretching out our hip flexors, waking up our hamstrings here. And really hug that knee in, press through the balancing foot, draw your tailbone down towards the ground. And that concludes our warm-up. So moving on to our first build a combo set. Our 2 exercises are, the first exercise is a hand release push-up. So from push-up position, lower down, lift your palms. So hand release push-up. And then the second move is a surfer. So it's a jump, center, open, plie, jump, center, open, plie. Or if you're not jumping it, it's a step out, plie, opposite side, plie. And then our third and final move is what's called a surfer get up. So it's a floppy burpee. So like that hand release push up, surfer get up, floppy burpee, opposite side, surfer get up. All right, ready to do this, team? Got my timer set for that first exercise, hand release push up for 35 seconds. Let's go. Remember to look slightly forward. Keep your legs engaged, so squeeze your quadriceps, squeeze your glutes. See how high you can lift your palms. Remember to keep your elbows hugging in towards one another. Okay, on to exercise 2. It's our surfer get up, or our surfer squat. So I'm going to start with all 10 toes facing forward. I'm going to jump or step out, come into that plie, come back through center, both feet touch. Jump through center. So remember to press your outer knees out towards your pinky toes. Now we're ready for that combo move. It's our surfer get up. So we're going to come down into that floppy burpee, bend down into a squat, release your belly, come up, surfer, come back to the floppy burpee, jump up, surfer to the opposite side. So it's just one surfer lunge each time you come down into your floppy burpee. So an alternative here would be to walk this in, step your feet up, step your feet out, walk it back, lower from your knees or your toes, come up, and then Walk it out. All right, 2 more rounds of that, starting with our hand release push-up. So let's go ahead and get into that high plank pose. So from your knees or from your toes on the bell, we have 15 seconds this round. We'll lower down, release your hands, hug your elbows into your side, press up. Remember, keep your legs engaged. Keep your belly button pulled back towards your spine and gaze forward. Okay, surfer squats. Feet together or hip width apart at the top of your mat. And hop it out. Plie, center. Hop, center. Off balance, caught a big wave. Okay, so now we're gonna put those two together again for our combo move. So floppy burpee, coming all the way down to our belly. Come up, surfer get up out to the right, lower down, burpee up, surfer get up to the left. Let's go. It's only 60 seconds of your day here. So when I do these floppy burpees, I'm doing a tricep push-up as I come up and come down. My elbows are hugged into my sides. One more round through the whole thing. We have 15 seconds rest. After that, 60-second push. So we're going to go back to start with our hand release push-up. Oh, my heart rate is high. Lift your hands, squeeze your elbows in towards one another. Elbows brush against the side body as you lower. Cricket wings as your arms come up behind you. Last round of our surfer squats. Make your way to the top of the mat, feet parallel, hip width apart. Plie to the right, center, left. Again, make sure these outer knees are pressing out. Don't want our knees caving in. We want to strengthen our outer glutes and our inner thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you extend your arms out. Last 3 seconds, let's go. All right, now getting ready for our third and final combo. Ooh, my heart rate's high. All right, let's do this. Floppy burpee, press up, surfer get up, floppy burpee, Use those triceps to help you get up. Remember, you can come up from your knees or your toes. Okay guys, last 30 seconds here, and this is it. 30 seconds of this exercise for today. Last 10 seconds, let's go, step it up. One more, each side. 3 seconds, let's get one more in. All right, grab a sip of water, walk around, catch your breath. I am going to reset our timer and demonstrate our 2 moves for our next set. So for our next set, you're gonna need your dumbbells. Exercise 1 is a renegade row. So row, row, and just continue to row. So remember, we don't wanna lift our hips from side to side. We wanna keep our hips as steady as we can as we row. So squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes. Move number 2 is a front squat with an overhead press. So squat, knees as close to elbows as you can. Press the dumbbells overhead. Move number 3, I'm gonna call it a beast maker. You probably heard it referred to as a man maker. Row, row, hop, come up into that front squat, overhead press. So really important, weight is back in the heels as we come up into that front squat. And you can walk this as you bring those dumbbells up to your shoulders, or you can hop it for that burpee variation. All right, team, let's go ahead, get those dumbbells down. Ready for our renegade row. We're gonna be working for 35 seconds, and I'm gonna start the timer now. So again, brush your side body with that dumbbell and use strength, use intention to lower the dumbbell. Don't just let it flop down to your mat. Exhale on the work. Inhale as we lower, but it's still work. All right, ready for exercise number 2. Front squat with an overhead press. So rack the weights at your shoulders, stick your butt back, come down. And as you squeeze your glutes to come up, that initiates the press. If you have shoulder issues, take the press out, just complete the front squat. I shouldn't say just, because it's work. So as I lower, I stick my butt back, I squeeze my cheeks as I start to come up, as I press into my heels. Okay, let's put both of those together for that beast maker, man maker, woman maker, whatever you want to call it. It's a row, a row. Hop or step your feet, bring the dumbbells up to your shoulders, overhead press, front squat. Bring the dumbbells down, hop or step back, row, jump it up. Sit the weight back into your heels. Bring the weight to your shoulders. Nice low squat, and then row. So as I come up into that squat, my weight is back in my heels, and it stays there the entire time. And you can alternate the side you start your row with if you want. This is not necessarily a cardio move, but whoa, my heart rate is up. Okay, From the beginning, renegade row, plank row. We have 15 seconds here to catch our breath. If you want to come down into that plank for your break, work your core a little bit, be my guest. And we're on. Remember, hips stay steady. You can either walk your feet out wider if you're having some stability challenges today, or you can really fire up your quadriceps. Press through your heels, squeeze your butt under. Okay guys, I'm huffing and puffing. I hope you are too. Okay, move number 2. Turn and face this direction for our squat thruster. Squat press, rack your weights, tap your shoulders, sit back and press. Sit back, squeeze your buns, and begin the press overhead. If you can't bring your elbows to the insides of your knees without bending your chest forward, then only come as low as you can to still keep your chest towards me or towards the front of your mat. Okay, let's put it together. For our beast maker, row, row, jump the feet up, use your core. Dumbbells to shoulders, sit back in your squat, lower the dumbbells. Row, hug the elbow into the side body as you row and thrust. Ooh, fall back a little bit on that one. Row, row, hopper step, weight in heels, overhead press. Sit way back as you lower. Remember to control the descent as much as the ascent on both moves. So we don't want to just flop back into that squat, and we don't want to just let those dumbbells fall to the mat in the row. All right, third and final time through, friends. This is just flying by. Starting with that renegade row in 3, 2, and on. So you should really feel this in the oblique, the muscle along the side body on both sides. All right, getting ready for our front squat press. All 10 toes face forward, butt back, press. Sit back, press. So my inner thighs are squeezing up towards the midline of my body as I come up into that full extension of the press. All right, third time, putting them all together. 15 seconds. We're going to start with our row. Row, we're here for 60 seconds. Use your core, hop your feet up, and press. All right, guys, last 30 seconds here. Where can you work a little bit harder? Maybe you pull your belly button back towards your spine just a bit more. Maybe press through your heels and squeeze your quads just a tad more in that row. Press. 10 seconds. We got this, team. 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't stop until the timer. Okay? We are halfway through this workout. We have one more body weight set and one more set with dumbbells. We're going to go into a body weight set. Wow, my heart rate is up to 152. We're going to use this next set, hopefully, to bring our heart rate down a little bit. So again, 3 moves. Exercise 1, 35 seconds. Exercise 2, 35 seconds. Exercise 3, 60 seconds. So our exercise 1 looks like this. It's a bear hover. So I'm in a tabletop, belly button pulled back to my spine. Notice I don't have a dip in my low back. Shoulders and hips are in a straight line, and it's a tap, tap, tap. Imagine you're squeezing a ball or a block between your knees. Your abs are super engaged. Okay, exercise number 2 is a crab toe touch. So I'm in a reverse tabletop, lift and reach for the opposite toe. If that's too much, just stay here in a tricep dip. Exercise number 3, I'm in my bear hold. I'm gonna flip into a half crab toe touch. Come back through my bear hold, flip, crab toe touch, bear hold, crab toe touch. You go as fast as you wanna go. All right, let's get this timer started. Come down into your bear. So from a tabletop, press into the tops of your toes, hover your knees, and then opposite palm to opposite shoulder. Or just hold the bear position, but really squeeze your inner thighs like you're holding something between them. So if you have a bender ball or a yoga block, feel free to bring it between your inner thighs. Pull your belly button back towards your spine. Okay, crab toe touch. So getting ready. We're in that reverse tabletop pose. Fingers can be facing your heels, or fingers can be facing out, and reach. Opposite hand for opposite foot. Lift the front of your hips as you come up into the toe touch. So I feel this in my triceps and in my obliques. You should not feel it in your low back. All right, exercise 3. It's beast. So starting in a bear hold, hover your knees, pivot onto your left toes, extend your right leg up. Come back through center, pivot towards the left, lift your right leg, left hand. So it's always opposite hand, opposite foot. All right, and then you can go a little bit faster, speed it up a little bit, but don't sacrifice your form. Last 10 seconds. So an alternative is to just dip the hip and drop it to the mat. Okay, bear hold or tabletop hold and hover in 5 seconds. So go ahead and lift those knees, pull your belly button back towards your spine. Imagine that you're pressing into your hands, pulling them back, which is drawing your shoulder blades back away from your ears. And it's actually engaging those upper abs just a little bit more here. So as you exhale, focus on drawing your belly button back towards your spine and up towards your low ribs. Press your hands into the mat. All right, ready for crab touch. I'll go this direction this time. So again, fingers out to the side or fingertips facing your heels. And then how high can you reach? And if lifting your arms is too much, you can lift one leg and then the other leg. And then once you feel steady with that, try putting it all together. Okay, beast. So, hovering tabletop. Pivot, opposite hand to opposite foot. Keep that 1 or 2 inch hover. And remember, if it's too much, lower your hip to the mat. If it's not, and you're looking for the challenge, let's step this up. Let's go just a bit faster. You know what? I think I forgot to do my shoulder taps on my last tabletop hold. Oh well. I'll do them this time. So shoulder stays directly over the wrist on that supporting arm. Last 12 seconds, guys. Let's go. No quitting now. Exhale, lift, inhale through center. Okay, 15 seconds to rest here. Sit for 5 if you need it. Go ahead and come back up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Balance, or rather, hover your knees, and then tap. Exhale as you tap. Inhale as you lower. So my arms are really fired up here. So again, think of like pulling that hand back to really engage the upper abdominals. Last 7 seconds here for today. You won't see this exercise again today. Can't guarantee you'll never see it again. Okay, crab toe touches. Heart rate is staying up, like around 145. Okay, moving on to our third and final beast. Let's see, oh my gosh, I'm up to 163. Okay, how high can we get that heart rate? All right, guys, let's go. Last 27 seconds here today. Wherever you're at, be there, doing your best. Last 15, got this. All right, and take a little rest. Drink some water, walk around while I explain our final set. So for this set, we need dumbbells for 2 of the exercises. For exercise 2 and the combo exercise. Exercise 1 is body weight, and I'm going to use my heavier weights. I have 12s and 10s. I used the 10s for the last set, but I am going to use my 12s for this set. So just have those off by the side of your mat in the front. And then I'll explain our 3 exercises while I catch my breath. I don't know, are you as out of breath as I am? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're like jumping around out there doing jumping jacks, Mimi. I don't know. Okay. Exercise 1 is a good old-fashioned push-up. So gazing forward, come forward, lower, press back up. So again, I am working my legs here. My quadriceps are squeezing my kneecaps up. My butt cheeks are squeezed and my butt is tucked under. It's not a perky Instagram butt, it's an ugly butt, okay? So push up from your knees or from your toes. Move number 2. Grab your dumbbells, bring them underneath your, so shoulder width apart, come into a plank, lift back into a pike, bring your right hand, right weight to your left foot, shift forward into your plank, switch it out. Come forward, right hand goes to right foot, bring the dumbbell back to the top with you. Now this time we're going to start left hand to left foot, right hand to right foot. And our combo move, we will have our dumbbells for our push-up. Use your low abs, lift into your pike, come forward, push up, bring the weight back, push up. Then you're gonna grab the opposite hand, opposite weight, push up, come forward, and push up. Okay, put those dumbbells off to the side. Get ready, high plank, top of a push-up, on for 35 seconds. How many can you get? Count. Remember, they're slow and controlled. Gaze forward. Okay, my arms feel like they're gonna quit. I'm at 12. Let's see if I can get one more. Okay, how many did you get? Come onto your knees for your break. Bring your dumbbells, shoulder width distance under your hands. Come back into your high plank, pike, opposite hand to opposite foot. Forward into your plank, and then come back in the reverse order. And then start, if you started with your right hand the first round, start with your left hand the second round. So control the movement as you come forward. Okay, putting them both together. So dumbbells in our hands, come down to your knees. We have 60 seconds work. All right, up into your high plank, push up. Pike or down dog, same difference. Right hand to left foot, push up. Left hand to right foot, push up. Right hand reaches back for the dumbbell at the left foot, push up. Left hand reaches back, push up. So this time, right hand to left foot, push up. Left hand to right foot, push up. left hand to right foot again, so that we push up with the dumbbell in the left hand, and then right hand to left foot. All right, left hand to right foot. Push up. Okay, so from the top, stay down on your knees, give your shoulders a break, maybe do some circles. Okay, we're on in 5 seconds, so from your toes or from your knees, push-ups. I'm going to try and get 13 like I did last time. Ten seconds. All right, come to your knees, shake your arms out. 5 seconds, so bring those dumbbells into your hands, high plank, and then pike. So really want to keep both of my hip points facing the mat. So I don't want to open up side to side as I bring that dumbbell back, which is where the work is, keeping your shoulders and your hips squared to the mat. Okay, now for the hubba-bubba, the big daddy. Okay, come up into your high plank, top of a push-up. We're putting them together. Push up, left hand to right foot, leave the dumbbell, push up. Right hand to left foot, leave the dumbbell, push up. Okay, left hand, right foot, bring the dumbbell back, push up. So we really need to make sure that those dumbbells are on their steady side, or that you have a lot of core control as you come into that push-up, especially on the single-sided move. Okay, 15 seconds. You've got this. Let's just think about something good. Think about the stretches we're going to do for our arms when this workout is done. Okay, so now heading into our third and final set. Are you going to keep doing your push-ups from your toes? Are you going to take it down to your knees? Whatever you need is perfect. I say start on your toes, maybe do 1, maybe do 2, maybe get in 3 push-ups. And then maybe you come down to your knees, or maybe you keep going on your toes. So keep your head in line with your shoulders. Oh, I'm shaking, guys. That's good. Means I'm working hard. Keep pulling your belly button back towards your spine. My arms are about to give out. All right. But the truth is, we don't get stronger unless we work to fatigue. All right. Plank pike, final round through. Wave forward into that plank. Lift from the back of your hips. Our weather is very crummy today. It was supposed to be super sunny and warm all week, and it's kind of drizzling this morning. It's not even officially May yet, and we already have our May gray. I hope that's not an indication of what our summer's gonna be like. Okay, third and final round of push-up, pike, off opposite hand, opposite weight to opposite ankle. So be sure you grab the weight that you put back first when you're bringing the weights forward again, because then it alternates the hand that the dumbbell is under when we do our push-ups. So this round, see if you can get the weight all the way to the outside of the foot rather than just to the toes. I noticed that I was putting my dumbbell by my toes, but that's kind of cheating. We're not cheaters. So bring that dumbbell all the way back. Okay, you guys, we are here for just 10 more seconds. I bet you never thought you could do so many push-ups in one setting. The bell's gonna ring, but I'm gonna come all the way back and do my final push-up. All right, guys, virtual high fives. That was not easy. My heart rate stayed elevated the entire time, and there was no cardio in that last set. So let's go ahead and come. We're gonna do 5 minutes of stretching. So we're at 45 minutes right now, but if you have 5 minutes, go ahead and come into a child's pose. So from kneeling, bring your knees to the wide edges of your mat, hips back onto heels, and then walk your chest forward. Take a deep breath in, walk both hands all the way over to the left. Feel that awesome stretch down your right side body. If it feels good to you and it's accessible, put your right hand on top of your left hand and then press your right hip back onto your left hip. Come back through center, walk it over to the right, left hand on top of right. Just feel that really deep, awesome stretch at the base of your left shoulder and then down your left side body into those intercostal muscles, QL muscles even, those muscles that run between the ribs and along the low back. And then come back through center, come up to a tabletop, bring your right thumb to the front of your right shoulder, peel it open, reach your right hand up, thread your right arm underneath your left and take a half bind with your left arm at your right hip crease. So focus on drawing that left shoulder open. You might need to lift your head a little bit and move even more onto the outside of the left side of your head. And then go ahead and bring your left hand back. Bring the right hand back up. And then we're going to switch it out. Left thumb, left shoulder, peel open, extend those left fingertips up to the sky and thread. Left arm under right. Take a half bind. And then again, if you need to lift your head, peel that right shoulder open even more. And then go ahead and come back, press it up to a tabletop. And we're gonna come into a cross-legged seat. So either fire log pose where your left shin is flat on the mat and your right shin is stacked on top of your left. And then we're gonna take eagle arms. So bring your arms out. Bring your right arm underneath your left, cross at your elbows and your wrists. And then as you're stretching your hips here, we're stretching the backs of our arms. Draw your elbows forward, compress your elbow joints and your wrist joint. So it's like my back is up against a wall. So I'm lengthening my backside body and I'm hugging my front ribs down towards my pelvis. Go ahead and come back up and then hinge at your hips. And walk your hands forward. Keep pressing your hips back as you extend your fingertips forward. Slowly roll it up. Go ahead and interlace your hands behind your back with your palms together and then hinge forward one more time, drawing those palms up as high as they can go. Slowly come back up. Go ahead and extend your legs, kind of shake them out. And then now, right shin flat on the mat, left leg stacked on top of right, arms out like a T, left arm comes underneath right for eagle arms. So bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. You can feel that pull of an opening in the backs of your shoulders as you compress your elbows, as you compress your wrists, and you draw them forward. Now see if you can begin to just lift your elbows, little tiny bit of a back bend as you follow, your gaze follows your hands. So continuing to open up the upper back and then come back to center, release, hinge from your hips, keep your hips flat on your mat, pressing back from your palms into your hips to keep them on your mat, and then make sure your shoulders are down away from your ears. We have a tendency to let our shoulders creep up, but just keep them down. And then maybe let your head hang. And come back up, and we're gonna do a tricep stretch. So right elbow is bent. Keep your head lifted. Walk your right fingertips down your back and just feel that awesome opening in your tricep. And then switch it out. So make sure your gaze is forward. I caught myself with my chin in towards my chest. All right, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you for working out with me today. See you again soon. I'm going to do another yoga video, so probably about another 1 hour flow. So be on the lookout for that. It'll come out either today or tomorrow. But in the meantime, enjoy this and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.